Buenos dias, everybody. What's going on? Your host, LovelyCheesePizza here. I've got a crappy story for you today. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3 Ultimate Driving Simulator of the game inside of the box that I bought a long time ago, and now we're playing it again. So, here's what's going on. We have two challenges. There will be but two challenges remaining. We have the Evo meeting, which I'm pretty excited about, and then after that we get to do the Dream Car Championship, where we get to uncork a bottle of fucking horsepower all over the world and win. After, you know, the cars rape themselves and they call the police, and then you have an entire other situation with, you know, legal matters and whatever. So, what we're going to do is we're going to jump inside of some kind of Evo car. Kind of want to use this one just because it looks awesome. This one looks way cooler than the other one that we have. It's just that, I mean, it's still an awesome blue color, but I mean, look at this. It has things. So we're going to use it. Why the hell not? And it gives us an excuse to use some money because, hey, money's the root of all evil, but it makes things fucking awesome while you're being totally corrupted by evil. So, yeah, why not? Okay, so let's do sports breaks. We got this. We'll talk about that crappy story here in a few, just because we will. So what are we looking at here? This is going to be all turbo, which I'm okay with. No port polish, none of that. Really? You're only going to let us do one? That is probably not going to be enough. I'm very disappointed in that. You mean to tell me that they're only going to let you do that? Whoops. Well, that's just not going to do. I'm very bummed out by that. I am very disappointed. I really wanted to use that one, but no. Oh, no. Well, shit. I guess we're going to go with the one that we know, just because we have to. Might as well see. Do we need to do an oil change for this? No. I mean, I could probably do it, but I don't know if we really truly need it or not. Okay, is there anything else that needs to be purchased that we have not done already? I don't think so, because I think we've already gone through this process before, outside of, well, I guess we've already done it. Have we done these? Okay. Alright. Well, I guess we've already gone through the trouble. So let's move along here. The quicker we can get to Professional League, the better, because God knows those are going to be some long-ass races. 10 laps a pop is what I understand. So let's start it off with Midfield Raceway backwards. Because why only do it forwards when you can do it backwards? That may be backwards for somebody, but then again, what makes it from this not being backwards? If you're facing the other way, still backwards. Let's see. We got the Jizzer, another Jizzer, but it's TME. Too much encephalitis. It's just way too much encephalitis. It could be too much ectoplasm. It could be a ghost driving the car and he's just spewing ectoplasm everywhere. We don't know any of this information. It's all, you know, for interpretive purposes. Now that we're starting this race, let's just grab a seat, maybe on the toilet, maybe on your couch. Maybe you're just gonna stand. I don't know. Maybe you're on the subway and you're not at an available place where you can actually sit down and enjoy it, but you can still stand and enjoy it, or whatever your method is. So, yet again, by the way, another track, another, you know, high lap count race where they're not incorporating tire wear. I guess I fail to understand, like, why only some of these things have incorporated it, and seemingly they have not, as of recent. Whatever, no big deal. So while we're going to be able to comfortably address this, it seems like, as long as I don't do anything stupid. So I read about this story in the classic Huffington Post Weird News section, and this has to be, if it is not, I would love to hear a better one. This has to be the greatest and most seemingly ridiculous and weird and disgusting possible first Tinder date or even a first date in general. This just so happened to have been one that was matched off of Tinder because, you know. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to take a quick phone call, so it interrupted things a little bit, but now we are back. So, where did I leave? Oh yeah. So, pretty wildly bizarre scenario for a first date if I've ever seen one. Pretty much what happened, and this happened in Britain, which I guess in some cases, well, no, I mean, if I would have heard that it happened in like Florida or Oregon, that would have been actually probably the two least surprising, locations to hear that sort of thing from. But it happened in Britain, so I guess maybe not terribly surprising either. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some people that are British would hit up a comment and be like, oh yeah, I guess what. That's not horribly surprising either, somehow. I don't know. This could happen anywhere, whatever. So, what happens is, two people meet up, they match on Tinder, and, hey, you want to come on over to my place and we can watch a documentary on Scientology together, I think is what was going on. So, she agrees to come over, and, they're hanging out, doing their thing. And so, then all of a sudden, she excuses herself to go to the bathroom. So, all right, well, it's right over there, down the hall to the left. Don't let that vegetarian chili blow you out too hard. So she goes in there, does her business, comes back out, and he notices that when she comes back out, she's got like a very worrisome and just like terrified look on her face. She's like, well, what's the big deal? What's wrong? And she was amazingly open with him on this, and she's like, well, more or less, also in British terminology, I took a poo. I took a poo and the toilet didn't flush. Not I took a shit, like it would totally happen here in America. She's like, I took a poo and the toilet didn't flush, and so now I don't know what to do. and so instead of, I guess, unless they just don't use plungers in Britain, I don't know. My first thought was, okay, they'll go in there and they'll, she's probably gonna ask him where the plunger is, and then they'll just plunge the toilet and they'll be fine. That is not what they did, and this is where this gets weird. This is really where it turns the corner into being a strange experience. Is instead of plunging the toilet and you're fine, instead they go in and their grand plan was to. So what happened is, I think, so here's the idea, is, and maybe I'm missing this here, is they grabbed the shit, and they grabbed it out of the toilet, and they put it in a bunch of tissue, and they were gonna dispose of it. Instead of disposing of it like regular people would have gotten rid of it, they just opened the bathroom window and threw it out the window. And so then, so then they decide, well, maybe that wasn't a very good idea, because instead of it like going out into like the garden or anywhere else, it goes into like this weird like 18-inch gap between the bathroom and whatever other building was right there. And so, he was gonna have to like break the window and go down and go get it and all this stuff. So he goes and grabs this thing to go, break the window with and go down and get it. And she just decides that she's gonna take the issue upon herself. She's gonna take the issue upon herself to open the window, and instead of breaking, I don't know why breaking it was the idea there. That she decides to go try to climb down, the open area by, getting in there, and she gets stuck. She gets stuck in the window, and now she's panicking. And this guy doesn't know what the fuck to do. Now they have to call the fire department and, get some firemen in there, and so they can, get this girl out, that's trying to fetch her own shit out of the side of the house. Because they didn't they didn't plunge the toilet. B, they didn't wrap it up in tissue and then go throw it out in the garbage somewhere else. They do all this because they tried taking a shortcut by throwing it out the window, not realizing that that's a shitty idea. To compound this crappy situation even further, now they have to get other people involved, so now more people are aware of this situation. And, you know, now they've got to get the fire department in there so that they can fish her out of this crazy, shitty, and spider-filled situation, because this weird little, you know, this little nook that she's stuck in is, you know, filled with spiders and whatnot. And so they finally get her out, and, you know, they're sitting there talking about, you know, they're trying to keep her calm because, you know, people that are panicking, it makes it harder to extract them from tight spaces and things because they won't cooperate. So, you know, she ends up telling them the whole situation, and everybody's getting a good laugh out of it. And I guess the fire department tweeted out a picture of what the rescue looked like when they got her out of there. It was actually pretty funny. But that is fucking bizarre, man. You like, imagine. And so also, here's another weird part about it. So this guy, in lieu of all this, because, you know, they ended up having to, you know, the fire department ended up having to break, you know, a couple of different windows in order to get her out properly. They said the damages of that were going to cost about $390. So this guy, or 390 pounds, I guess, he starts up a GoFundMe page because, hey, you know, let's just have other people that I don't even know pay for the window for me instead of, you know, me just dealing with it on my own. He opens up a GoFundMe page to help pay for the window. Ends up, instead of just getting the $390 for it, gets like $2,700. And so he said, like, you know, I'm going to use the $390 to cover the window, and all of the excess money that went along with this, I'm going to donate it to 2 different charities. One is going to go to supporting firefighters, which is cool. The other one, the other charity that he donated to was help. It's like a charity. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a charity to help get working toilets installed around the world, you know, mainly in like developing countries. Also a good thing, you know, it helps keep people from just shitting in the ground in the middle of the street, or, you know, pooping in the corner in the living room. You know, it's obviously a well worthwhile cause. It's just the whole scenario in which that comes about, like, imagine both of those people telling their friends about the crazy Tinder date that they had, and there was not even any coitus involved. It just ended up being a shitty situation all the way around. and worth a laugh from somebody thousands of miles away. So, that was just a good-ass time. That's really what it was. It was just fucking funny. It's really all it turned out to be. So, with that said, I think because of the fact that our last episode was so wildly long, I think we're going to do a little bit of a shorter one this time. And, man, I just wanted to tell you that story. I read about it, I was like, I've got to tell everybody about that. Because it's just too good. You shit, the toilet won't flush, you fail to use common sense numerous times, and you throw shit out a window, then you try to go fish it out by climbing halfway out the window, then you get stuck. The fire department has to fish you out. That is great. Alright guys, when we come back next time, we got 2 more races left in that little series to go, and then we'll go to the Dream Car Championship, the big one. And then we can start in the professional league. Or maybe another endurance race, or some rally stuff. We still haven't really done all of those. I've been very weary on doing those for a little while. So, till then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Take it easy. Don't climb out the window. Just don't do it.